After what feels like decades of no baseball being played, the 2025 baseball season is here, and the season has started in dramatic fashion. But for now, let's put the games played aside. I'll be honoring you with my not so knowledgeable but blunt and honest opinion about every single team in the major leagues this year. It may not be the most informational or the most correct, but damn it, it's going to be fun, and I got some opinions to share. Disclaimer before we get into this one: since the season has already begun and I'm behind as it is, these videos have much less clips in them and probably just have one or two still frame photos per team talked about. Speaking will be more like a podcast style as well, because, like before, these videos need to get out before we're midway through the year, and I don't got editor money. With that said, sit back, relax, and enjoy my thoughts on this year's MLB. First and foremost, let's start with the Baltimore Orioles. All right, so last year they had a 91-71 record. Obviously, they have some very notable guys like Adley Rutschman, Gunnar Henderson, Jackson Holliday. Um, they were able to make it into the wild card last year, but unfortunately didn't do much with it. Um, I'm really hoping that they can do some more stuff this year. They remind me of, like, an NHL comparison would be like the Montreal Canadiens. They're just a super young core, super fun and exciting. When they get hot, they can be one of the most dangerous teams in the league. So, I think that this team is just like a great time. I think that they are super fun to watch when they're on. And hopefully, they've had a little bit of inconsistency with starting pitching, but hopefully this year they can kind of put that together a little more and, um, really, really hunker down. I think they can make it back in the wild card, hopefully make a deeper run this year, but I definitely think that they'll be in the top three of the AL East this season. Next, we have the Boston Red Sox. Last year, they broke even with an 81-81 record. Obviously, they have a very young and like up and coming core with Rafi Devers, Tristan Cassis, Jaron Duran. Uh, I think this team is definitely an interesting one. I feel like they can definitely be very good, but they're definitely not the Boston that we've seen in past years. I don't know where I kind of spot them this year. I think a few other teams have kind of proven themselves a bit more and have gotten a bit stronger, whereas Boston's kind of stayed in the same spot. So I do think they'll probably be in that bottom area of the AL East. Um, I think that this league is going to be very competitive this year, and I don't know if they've done enough to keep up, but only time will tell. So I guess we'll see what happens. Next, we have the Yankees, and there's not too much to say. I mean, this roster is just stacked. They got Aaron Judge, Jazz Chisholm, Torres. They got all these amazing players. I mean, losing Garrett Cole is definitely a pretty big loss so early in the season with him out for the entire of this season with Tommy John surgery. But I really don't think they're going to struggle that much. They still have a very powerful lineup, and they still have strong starting pitching without Cole. The torpedo bats seem to be working very early on with the amount of home runs they've been hitting. Obviously, they have another prolific lefty hitter after losing Juan Soto and Cody Bellinger. So, just it's going to be another good year for the Yankees. I would not be surprised at all, and I'm expecting them to be at the top of the AL East this year. Next, we have the Tampa Bay Rays, and the Rays are definitely the one of the funniest teams that I've ever seen in recent baseball history. They, despite not having a very high payroll, just get the job done. It seems like it's every year. Like, they don't have too many bona fide superstars, and maybe they trade them away, but they just use what they have and they use it so well that somehow they're always in the mix. They're always fighting for a playoff spot and just being like exciting and just fun to watch. So, um, I'll be honest, I do expect good things from the Tampa Bay Rays this season. I'm hoping that they'll probably be like top two, maybe top three, and that's depending on what the Toronto Blue Jays are going to do this season, which I'm going to talk about in a second. Last but not least, we have my hometown, Toronto Blue Jays. I really hope that they can pull something together this year. Our core has been strong for so long. We have Bo, we have Vladdy, we got Gosman, we have all this new young talent. We got Alan Roden coming in. This guy's coming in seemingly out of nowhere. Springer. We just have so many good players. We just extended Alejandro Kirk. You know, I think this team has the potential to do really, really great things in the league, but they always seem to struggle. And it's not just with the pitching staff, although our bullpen does seem to be inconsistent. I did talk about this in the short that I'd put out. But it doesn't even seem to be that sometimes. Toronto always struggles with runners in scoring position, and that is one of the key things that has killed us in the previous years. Sometimes our starters won't even go out and have a bad game, like Barrios maybe. He'll go out, pitch like maybe let out like 3 runs, and then we'll get runners in scoring position and do absolutely nothing with it. It's been very frustrating to watch over the last few years, and I'm hoping that we can put it together this year because if not, then I genuinely don't know what's next for our roster. The core is going to have to be broken up, and we did not sign Vladdy either, which is going to be very difficult because he's going to want to have a career year this year, and then 31 teams are going to be knocking at his door trying to get him to sign for their team. So there's a lot of uncertainty for this Toronto Blue Jays team this year, but I think that they're really going to have to put something together if they want this core to continue to play together. Those are my takes on the MLB AL East this season. Make sure you like and subscribe because I will be making a breakdown on every single division in the MLB. So if I didn't talk about your favorite team in this episode, don't worry, it's coming. I'll see you on the next one.